Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, Jason drew two rectangles as shown below in feet. What is the area of rectangle R if the numerical value of the perimeter of rectangle Q is the same as the area of rectangle R? So, first of all, we need to know what they asking me to find. The question is, what is the area for rectangle R? So we have a lot of more information, but the one that they're asking you to find is, they want you to find the area for the rectangle R. Okay, so what else is given to us? Well, I do see something about the perimeter. It says the perimeter of rectangle Q is the same as the area for rectangle R. So be careful with that, because for rectangle Q, they're telling us something about the perimeter. But for rectangle R, they're talking about area. Okay, so be careful with that. So what is it that I need to do then? Well, it looks to me that I need to find the perimeter for my first rectangle. Okay, and I need to find the area for the second rectangle. Okay, so how do I find perimeter for anything? All I gotta do is add up all the sides. Now, keep in mind that my rectangle means that this side and this side are the same. Therefore, I can write down 2x plus 1 on the opposite side because they're congruent. And my width is gonna be actually x, and the opposite is also x. Okay, now what do I need to know all of them? Because remember that for perimeter, I need to add up all the sides. Okay, so I can write down my statement. Okay, so let's write down the comparison. So it says that the perimeter, this is very important, for rectangle Q, and I'm just gonna abbreviate like that, it's the same as the area for rectangle R. Okay, so to find the perimeter, remember there's a very easy way to find perimeter. Just add up all the sides. So I'm going to start with 2x plus 1. I'm going to write it down over here. 2x plus 1. Then I'm going to go on to plus x. Then I'm going to go down to plus 2x plus 1. And the last one is plus x. Okay, so I got all my perimeter for the rectangle Q. And we can actually work that one first if you want to. But I also want to write down the area for the rectangle R. Now remember, area means that you got to multiply length times width. So I'm going to put over here, area means length times width. So I need to multiply 5 times x plus 1. Okay? Because to find area, you multiply one side by the other side. Okay? Now on the perimeter, I can add up all the combining like terms, right? So for example, I can combine 2x plus x plus 2x plus another x. Okay? And what would I get if I add up all of that? I get 6x, and one more unit gives me 2 units. And that will be equals to, on the other side, notice how I need to do distributive property for that one. So I'm going to need to multiply 5 times x and 5 times 1. Make sure that you multiply 5 by both of them. So I am going to get 5x plus 5. Okay? Now, I see that I got variables on both sides, and there's my equal sign. I need to make sure that I get rid of one of the variables from one side. It's up to you, whichever one you want, but I'm going to get rid of the smallest one, right, which is 5x. So I'm going to subtract 5x on both sides, because remember, whatever you do on one side, do it to the other one. 6x minus 5x gives me 1x plus 2 equals, my 5x's are going to cancel, and I ended up with a 5. So it's getting better because now I can see that my x is kind of getting better by itself, right? So I need to get rid of the plus 2. That's the constant. How do I get rid of a plus 2? Minus 2. So I'm going to write it down right next to the 5. It doesn't matter where you write it, right? I put the line just for you guys to know that that's where I'm ending that step. So my 2's are going to cancel. And remember that 1x is the same than x by itself. Okay? And 5 minus 2 is 3. So this is just the value for x. Okay? That's not my final answer. Because the question is, what is the area? So this is basically my question right there. What is the area for the rectangle? So you can either just come back to my problem because I have it right here. Or if you feel more comfortable, you can replace the x on my expression x plus 1. It's up to you. So I can just replace over here 3 plus 1. Is that right? And that will give me 4. So now I know that this side, it's a 4. And that's the only thing that I'm looking for. I'm looking for area, which is length times width. So area is going to be length, whichever one you want. And the width is 4 for me. And this will give me a what? 20. Now, what kind of measurements am I using for this one? I'm using feet up here, right? So once I find the answer, remember that my answer is always going to be square feet. Okay, now that's my final answer. Because they were asking me to find that area for the rectangle. Okay, and my answer will be letter A for this one.